Hey, what's going on guys? I'm Jeff and welcome back to Gadget Street, and today this will be my first video of how was it video review. And the reason why I choose this name is because it's the most frequent asked question from my friends or from my customers whenever they want to know my opinion of any new smartphones or gadgets. So this inspires me, then yeah, that's why I named this episode How Was It? So without further ado, let's see how was Leagoo Shark 1. Okay, so let's have a look at the hardware of this Shark 1. So on the front you will see this 6-inch screen, Full HD IPS display, comes with 1080p resolution and 368 ppi. Of course, they have a very thin bezel, which you don't really see that much of a black thick border, unlike some smartphones like Ulefone and Zenfone. Okay, and of course the viewing angle is great. Okay, you can view it, or there's no color distortion, and under the bright sun you can still see the screen clearly without any issue. Okay, so on the front again there's this 5 megapixel camera, along with a flash, a small LED flash, and proximity sensor, and an earpiece. Okay, then let's move along to the left side. You see there is only a SIM tray, and this SIM tray is a hybrid tray where you can put dual SIM cards, or a SIM card with a micro SD card. Okay, let's move to the right side of it. You'll see a power button, a volume rocker. Okay, on top there is this headphone jack, 3.5mm, and this is an infrared blaster for your remote control application. On the bottom you'll find your micro USB slot and a microphone. Flipping over to the back, you'll see this 13 megapixel camera with a dual LED flash, fingerprint scanner, Leagoo's company logo, with a bit of specifications stated that huge battery, 6,300 mAh smartphone designed by Leagoo, made in PRC, which is People's Republic of China, with FCC and all the certifications. And below here you will see this is the speaker. Alright, okay, so let's take a look at the hardware. Okay, now this phone, Shark 1, is actually using CPU by MediaTek, which is a MT6753T, along with a GPU of Mali T720. Okay, the resolution is 1080 x 1920, and it comes with 3 GB of RAM, 16 GB of storage, and of course you can increase the storage by inserting a memory card into the SIM tray. Then you also have a 13 megapixel camera, 13.3, with a front facing camera of 5 megapixel, which is also 5.3. The battery is 6,300 mAh battery. Okay, the Android is 5.1 32-bit, and there's no NFC. You got Wi-Fi, you have accelerometer, and there's no gyroscope. You got a light sensor, you got magnetic field sensor, orientation sensor, proximity. Well, that's about it. Okay, so this Shark 1, there is also a theme engine here, and you can select out of these 6 themes available, but you cannot download any new themes. Alright, how to apply it? Just select the one that you want, let's say funky business, and once you are happy with it, just click apply and it will change all the icons and the wallpaper as well. But I prefer flat easy. Okay, so just change it very fast. If you don't like the wallpaper, you can also change the wallpaper from here. Okay, and also the lock screen. So basically this theme engine, you can change your wallpaper, your lock screen, and also using the live wallpaper. Okay, now let's talk about battery life. The battery life itself, normally it lasts me for 3 days for minimal usage, and with full gaming and video watching, it lasts me about 18 to 23 hours, which leads consider a full day as well. And at normal standard use, you probably can get this phone up to 2 days, which is a session of games and some web browsing and YouTube watching, as well as calls and messages. Alright. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about the software. The software, as I mentioned earlier, is powered by Android 5.1, but they are using their own OS, which is Leagoo OS 1.2. This OS is a bit familiar, similar to Emotion UI by Huawei or Mi UI by Xiaomi. Okay, where you don't have app drawer, you only have a screen with all your application installs icon, and you get this photo slide where you see all your recent pictures taken using this app, not from the gallery, and a music player here, a music player or video player, and you can direct quick access to video recording as well. This is a quick access to your music player. Same goes here. There is this quick launcher for the gallery and a quick launcher for the camera itself. Okay, let's talk a little bit about the camera. The camera, there is 3 modes. One is in the video mode, photo mode, and a pro mode. So in video, you can record up to 1080p resolution, and the lowest is 144p resolution, and also you can select your color effect, and you can use your front camera to do recording as well. Alright, and one more thing to mention is that the flash is also work in video mode. So when I do a recording, you see the light is flashing right now. Okay. Alright, so let's move to the photo mode. Photo mode itself, there is a few option: HDR, for panoramic, multi-angle, motion detection, BIP, visibility, and watermark. Alright, and you can access your setting over on the side here, and this is your color effect, face detection, and advanced setting. Okay, here you can do zoom on the face or smile detection. Alright. Okay, next one will be the pro mode. Now the pro mode is actually a little bit of gimmick, because you can select white balance option. You can select your ISO option up to 1006 ISO. You can do EV compensation. Okay, and you have left with scene selection. There is no manual control over here, so it's not really a pro mode. It's just a point and shoot with few more options where you can select your scene. It's not pro. Okay. Now in the setting, there is 2 pages. One is a quick setting where you get all your most frequent use settings, and one is the general setting. So in general setting, you get all your usual settings that we use, as well as something new such as hot knot, which is to transfer files when this phone touches this phone screen touches another phone screen. But I did not try, so I'm not sure how is it done. Okay, then you have this power master where you can see what is the application is went to hibernation, boosted, and all sort of things. Basically, it's like a battery manager. Okay, then you got your smart stay, you got one-hand operation. Now, I just want to mention this: one-hand operation doesn't reduce the screen size to a smaller screen, so you can access using your thumb. All right, it's just for dial interface, where if I click there and I go to the phone, this keypad is smaller. It's easier to access when you are dialing, but not the full screen. Okay, back again, you got this assistive touch. Assistive touch is similar to this iOS assistive touch, but there's no back button here. You can only lock screen, gesture recognition, float video, float music, and home key button. That's all. So I don't really use this as well, so I keep this and take this option. Okay, and you got LED notification light. Now, I did not mention the LED notification light is actually around here. When you plug in your charger, it will actually lights up, and there's a message. It will light up blue color as well. Okay, about the fingerprint scanner, you can add up to 5 fingerprints for your device unlocking, but let me just show you first. So yeah, this is the fingerprint scanner. It takes around 3 seconds to unlock the phone. So let me do it again. There is it. So it's a bit slow compared to Huawei or Samsung or any other devices available right now with fingerprint scanner. Okay, let's talk a bit about gaming. So the Mali T720 GPU is actually doing a good job with games like Need for Speed, Asphalt, Clash of Clans, and so on. But if your games are those high intensive graphic games, then this phone can't really doesn't have the performance to play that kind of games. Other than that, you can still enjoy games such as the one I mentioned, like Clash of Clans, without any issue. And playing this kind of games, you can still have your phone last for a day. Okay, so let's talk about the pros and the cons for this Leagoo Shark 1. First and foremost, the battery life. Very, very good battery life. And probably the first phone for me, first smartphone for me that lasts more than 2 days. This actually reached up to the 3rd day, and I can still make calls with it actually. Just that when it's 5%, I thought of charging it anyway. So yeah, that is the one. Alright, so let's talk about the pros and cons for this Leagoo Shark 1. Okay, first pro, the battery life. The battery life is great. It's the first smartphone that actually lasts me for 3 days. Yes, the battery is 6,300 milliamp hour battery. Yeah, it's bigger than most of the phones you have right now. But you can use it for 3 days. Most of the smartphone I probably use up to a day and a half maximum, but I Note 3. This will be the best phone for those businessmen or for those that do a lot of travels and always forgot about their charger. This is a great phone for you to buy. Okay, the second will be the build quality. Now, the build quality I did not mention in the earlier video. The chassis is actually aluminium, and the back is made from plastic, polycarbonate plastic. With and the build is tough. There's no squeak sound, unlike Lenovo's phone where those the plastic back cover sometimes does not really close it well. There's a small gap between the plastic cover and the battery. There's squeaky sound. I don't find it over here. So the build quality is very, very good, and the design is great as well. Okay, now the third one will be the display. I love this 6-inch display. I love watching YouTube videos with it. I love watching movies with it. Previously, I was using my Lenovo's A7 tablet for my video watching. Now, I think this one will be replaced by by this Leagoo Shark 1. With all that said, the cons will be the processor. Now, although this processor is good enough, but it will be better if it is other processors like a Snapdragon, because day-to-day use there's not much of an issue, there's no lag, there's no stutters. But when it comes to a little bit of gaming, okay, you can play casual games or those like Clash of Clans, Asphalt 8, Need for Speed. That the games that is not graphic intense, this phone can handle it well. Not the best, but well. But when you play games such as there's one example. I played 7 Nights with using my other phones, and this phone actually lags when it's on the battle scene. So to me, it's not that enjoyable. Okay, so if you are looking for a phone that can play high intense graphic games, I don't recommend this phone. Okay. Second, there's no 4K video recording or slow-mo video recording. Yes, it's a bit nitpicky a bit, but it's a 1,000 ringgit phone. And in Leagoo, this one's supposed to be a flagship phone for them. Probably you say that there's no need for slow-mo video. At least a 4K recording? No? Okay, so the last two cons that I would say is it's a heavy phone. It's a very big phone. You can't use it single hand operation. Even though there is an option for one hand operating mode or function, it's only limited to the dial. Unlike Samsung or Asus Zenfone 2, you can actually reduce the size to a smaller one where your thumb can actually reach. You don't have it here, so yeah, this is a con for me. And no gyroscope. Now I think there's like a VR era where most of the games are now trying to do 360 motion. YouTube is actually now promoting 360 videos. There is no gyroscope here, so you can use your VR glasses. You can only drag when it's 360 video. So yeah, that's my cons. Okay, it's not really a con, but I think it's worth mentioning that there is no NFC as well. So you can't do wireless transfer, no wireless charging. For some people, yeah, this is actually something like they use. But Malaysia, you don't really use NFC here. So yeah. Okay, the last notable worth mentioning con, which is the fingerprint scanner. I am a bit disappointed with the scanner, to be frank, but I can't say it's a con because it still works. Okay, It's just that I don't like the speed. The speed of unlocking phone, it takes around 3 seconds to unlock this phone. So this will end my video review for Leagoo Shark 1. And if a customer asks me or a friend asks me, hey Jeff, how was it, this Leagoo Shark 1? I would say it's a great phone. You get 3 days of usage. You got a great display, and the build quality is very good. Okay, it's suitable for businessmen, salesmen, or anyone that is looking for a very good battery life smartphone. Although it's a bit heavy and big, but it's considered manageable. Okay, just that of course there's no one-hand operation. Yeah, it's just a give and take. So it's up to you to choose. Alright, so thank you very much for watching this video and have a nice day. Goodbye.